Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Gati. I'm so glad you're here on this earth with me at this time. And I know that sounds a little like wild if it's the first video you ever watched of mine, but it is a wild time to be on planet Earth right now. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me during this time and the healing that you get to experience. The healing so that you can be an amazing, more embodied, more empowered, more amazing person um, for the collective, so that you can also be in service to your communities, so that you can be a better person and evolve. Okay. So before we get into it, um, I'm not just this crazy wild person, but really, I um, I basically started my healing journey, really took a deep dive. Usually it's always something that typically it's something that happens where it's like some traumatic event that happened, either a loss, divorce, something that is just intense. And for me, that was getting a divorce. Um, I think it was 2019. I got a divorce, and it was from that moment I just started really wanting to understand myself, my patterns. Um, I did do therapy like for 7 years prior to that, 2019, um, but that wasn't really helping me getting down to the deep inner work within myself that I needed to do. And I did a lot of it on my own. I had guides as well. Um, but really, what the reason why that took a big turn was because basically it started off in childhood. Okay, if let's go back a little bit back, and it was when I was a little girl and wanted to be the most authentic version of myself, and I just wanted to play and run and jump and do all these fun things. But the conditioning of my family, which I love them to death, and I have compassion, but this is just the reality of so many people, is that they couldn't love me the way that I needed to. Okay. If this is true for you, let me know. But really, just they didn't know how to just love me for who I was and let me have emotions and um, just shine, They instead put their own programming and their own conditioning and their own pain from their own parents onto me. And so that's so common. And, um, and so I started to heal on my own and be like, why am I making these decisions the way that I am? Why is it so hard for me to be my most authentic self, where I'm showing up in either a really fun way or I'm just speaking my truth um, to people that they might not want to hear it, um, but really it's medicine for them in some way or another. Um, depending on who it is, who you trust, right? Like some people aren't able to hold space for your truth, um, you know, um, uh, but some people can. And so, really tuning into where you're at in your journey. Where are you to the space where do you have anyone where you can really tune in to like where they can really hold space for you, where you can be really honest with them about how you feel about them, for example, or other people in your life, um, just keep practicing really speaking your authentic truth. And also sometimes when we do that, we can notice patterns that are unhealed. Okay, I notice that when I say this, it sounds from a wounded place. And so, how can I really heal this? How can I really heal this within myself? Whether that's journaling, there's so many practices, somatic work, breath work, dance, movement, inner child, inner child healing, mirror work. These are all the things that I do in my course that I'm offering an 8-week journey, diving into the feminine, which I'm going to talk a little bit about later. Um, but really, there's so many practices that really help you heal, so that you can be more authentic and sharing your truth and sharing your medicine and being honest. And so yeah, um, in my marriage, I learned that I wasn't my most authentic self. I wasn't sharing my authentic truth. I was hiding even from the very beginning, all because of when I was a child, I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't in a space to where I could be my authentic self because um, I would get hurt. And so, it was very like there's a lot of compassion from my parents, but it was a very unsafe environment physically, emotionally. And so the only way I coped during the time was music and um, crying in my bedroom. And there was times where I wanted to have self-harm on myself because I had no one to really express that to. And so it took me a long time to learn to start speaking my truth and healing and being on this journey. Even as I'm speaking, this is healing, right? The more we share our truth, the more healing it is to ourselves and others. You know, that's the beauty when you're in service, when you're sharing. It's absolutely healing to everyone else. So yeah. So to my story, it's I got a divorce in 2019, and then I went for the next 5 years was just I packed a backpack and traveled abroad for 2 years, um, really on this self love journey. For me, that looked like traveling, that looked like working with plant medicines, working with sound bath journeys, learning so much about embodiment and breath work, dance, movement, somatic work, um, and meditation and doing yoga teacher training and all these really fun avenues. I think they're fun, but also it's journey too. It can be fun and it can be tiring sometimes, but it's rewarding because um, it's healing and you're healing the planet and you're being your most authentic self, and it's really powerful work. And so for you, I'm really curious, like if you can ask yourself, like, what is it right now that you are needing to heal? What is it right now that you are desiring to become? Who is it that you're desiring to become? So maybe like after this, journal about it. Um, who is this person that you desire to embody? So that you can become your highest, most authentic self and loving person, that's real and free. Because when we're authentic, we're actually creating freedom. So who is it that you desire to be? And what are some steps that you can take right now to get there? Whether that's mentorship, whether that's watching this video, and whether that's understanding more about spirituality in relation to yourself, and and then going to actually do the work. This is, if you're on this journey, it's it can be a long journey for some people, but like really like understanding your spirituality is a lifelong journey for me, at least, of really it's not just like a one and fix thing, but that's like more of the spiritual way of looking at it. It's just a relationship to spirit, and it's just like how can you be in service every day until your last breath, by being in an embodiment in a vessel. And so yeah, so I'm going to share a little bit now about my 8-week journey that I'm super excited about. Um, it's while it's healing for you, it's healing for me, because we're going to be going on an 8-week journey of really tapping into self-love. Um, so it's 3 modules. We're going to first start going to self-love, doing mirror work. If you've ever done mirror work, it's this really powerful way of really being honest and authentic with yourself in the mirror, doing movement with the mirror, and really diving into um, how you can love yourself better and have more compassion for yourself and just be honest with yourself. It's like a dialogue within yourself. Um, and so we do that, affirmations, all these things. Um, we go into the second module, which is embodiment. This is a fun favorite one, because it's like about moving the energy. in the body, moving the emotions in the body, and really tapping into your vessel and the wisdom that it has. And when we tap in, it has so much for us to share. It's so much wisdom that the mind is not really even capable of tapping into. And so when we tap into this, we even have more self love, more compassion for self and others. And so um, we'll be moving through that, the second piece. And the third piece, this is for women, by the way, is sensual touch. And so really just like oiling our bodies, really just being with every part of ourselves, forgiving ourselves for how we look at our bodies and treat ourselves. Really just tuning in to this playful side of ourselves and what it means to be in our own sensuality as a woman. And this is healing for myself as well. It's healing for you. And what I've learned is the more I'm tapping into this, the more I actually become more magnetic. That's just like an amazing thing that happens. Um, I tend to have more boundaries, better boundaries with people. Um, and naturally, um, I feel a lot better about my decision making and, excuse me, about the way that I show up. Um, it's just like more authentic just by practicing with focusing my sensuality as well as embodiment and self-love. So these are the three pillars that we're going to be diving deep into for 8 weeks. And so we start mid-October, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's some of it's edgy. You're going to be like, this is a journey that's not easy. It's for the people that are just ready to like get out of this victim mentality and ready to just be like, I'm done. Like I'm done playing the victim. I'm done playing small. I'm done um saying no to myself. And I'm done like attracting not good relationships in your life. I'm done like um not living my truth and being my most living the life that I want to live, and sharing these beautiful gifts that I have. So if that is you, please don't hesitate to sign up, because it's gonna be a really powerful journey, and you won't be the same after it. I know you won't. I won't either. So thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Follow for more. You can follow me on Instagram as well, and DM me if you're interested in signing up for my course. I literally love you all so much. And bye.